So, having just watched the last video back, what comes to mind at the end is this though? Is what about you? What about all the other current administrators and rulers and people of esteem and a mind and career who've put a lot of effort into molding yourself into a certain way? Is it all waste or all a farce? Is it all just something to do at the end of this dumb period, for all we get the plunger and go dunk, you know, or maybe the last period was thought out differently, and we were taught more about something more lasting, or the way that God thought out long term how we're gonna go forward. So with the innovation in science, like things and creation abilities we have now, we didn't have before. So humanity was always developed to be for creation. We are always creation agents, and seems like we came into quite a bit of information in the last 400 years or so, especially the last couple centuries. To I don't know what coffee's now. It's weird. I wonder what that stuff. What does that mean? But anyway, speculate if you want. But so what does that mean though? I have a cold stuff aside. That's probably it's probably both. But anyways, it's all meaningful if you know what to look for. But anyways, so we came into quite a bit of useful information for forming and producing and developing kinds of achievements, and also thought socially, and it takes a lot of people, I guess, to hold this structure in frame, because it's all kind of like we're in a girdle, and any minute it can just pop because of the risk of riot and people hurting one another, and all the scarcity issues we have, and lack of permanence, and just the general uncertainty the group has about where the hell we are, what's going on, what's the narrative. It's not cohesively bound. So all we have now is somehow geared towards keeping that going. So when that changes, then what happens to these rules we have? Like, maybe they are done. So we don't really need to have all these cops and all these administrators and safeguards in place. The shift focuses from preserving and shoring up what we have to relief. Because suddenly we're no longer on a curse and consequence, and all of a sudden all we do and think about is silly and kind of going forward, because the threat of risk is changed, and we're under new consequence, which would be negative. So it's not like even the job of the king would be moot, right? The lawmaker, if I'm top lawmaker, or if I'm the sheriff, even the lawmaker and sheriff has nothing to do at some point, because those things aren't being challenged anymore, or aren't able to be challenged anymore, or are no longer in vogue. So all the traditional roles of the king are moot. So I'm not the only one to have a job, or sorry, not would you be? So I suspect it, and then I suspect it be thought out well enough that, so in the kingdom there is plenty to do, right? And the king needed many advisors, and it didn't make itself, right? But did need to have one. Well, in the end, there should be someone that can be tiebreaker. I think that's probably the king's job, is as a wise tiebreaker for a lot of things, and then holding in place what is, and then of course there's the authority for more than that, just to put things in order in general, The king is also a representative of, I don't know what exactly, someone else or something else or what it was, but anyway, it will all change. And either way, it's you can't do unless it's not me debasing myself or like fanning out or like accepting all these little mics in my ears. Okay, no, but I mean, let's just say like I think it makes sense and it works still, and see once that's set permanently. Okay, so this guy's president, you know, or one this for example, right? Or this guy, yeah, this guy's that job. Well, once that is no longer up for grabs anymore, once that job is taken off the board, everyone else will stop trying to apply that fucking job. All right, because that's the problem we have in reality is everybody wants to fix it. Everybody wants that. Everybody wants the job of administrator or authority to fix the problem. So everyone's mind is just always been wanting the top job. It's the ire and focus of people and humanity forever is to be the boss. Who's the boss? 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 Right? Well, actually, I think the answer is probably no one's the boss, because there's something more beyond us, and they're the boss. Right? He's the boss. I don't know. I don't think about it, right? But once that burr is taken out of your brain, a little speck or mite or whatever it is, it's taking a pea sticking on your brain. That's that. And then all of a sudden the focus shifts. So I don't think everybody is gonna be jealous forever, because eventually it isn't even gonna be on the front of your mind in the same way, because it's just gonna be different. No calendar in the same way. No foreseeable limit in the same way. No risk of transfer. No lights out. In the same way. If that's the thing. Yeah. That's a big change. But this is what I'm gonna say though, is that okay? So, well, this is the next part though. So, if it's not the plan immediately, I hope it is. If we're gonna go through sort of crap still for a while, well, either way, okay. So this is the thing. The end of the epochs, the end of the era, millennia shows up. Massive change. Like unseen before. All reality is reimagined and revisioned eventually to work differently. But the issue though we have still is shit was again. Oh my god, I lost it again. It would be hold on a minute. So it changes. Oh yeah, being thought out. Okay, so now we've planned this far. It was thought out. It was thought out this far ahead from the beginning. Now we got to the end. Now I assume these little sneaky fucks have gone ahead of us and have already been writing the future. So maybe the future's already written, and I'm just gonna stumble into it. But if not, then perhaps we reached the end of a good plan, or a plan that worked, and now we're entering into a period of stability, real life, real. So that's why it is real, right? Back into real life now, but with limits, And that means that it's not. It's same kind of problem. But it means that all hands on deck, right? We don't really know where we're going yet in that way because it hasn't been. It's not in production anymore. So safeguards in place, some guarantees in place, but I don't know where we're going. I'm not a scientist. I'm not one of these thought pioneers. You know, and all things people have thought out. So I'm not the only brain in reality, and I wouldn't put myself into that. I wouldn't cast myself that way, as the seat of knowledge. That's not fair. That's it's a really weird kind of spin on things. Over this goes to the king. Over this, kind of like I already know everything. I mean, if maybe there's a way that works. I don't know, but anyway, it can't be some configuration where it debases you, everybody else's job, and it's just dumb. All of our jobs are just ceremonial, just more of this make work project. No, I don't want to live in some make work project reality. So it's sort of like work if you want to, and otherwise do nothing. That's the best. I think that's the best reality is so we can be sustained and do nothing like just that's how it should be. It should be you're alive and you're guaranteed your certain guarantees and then anybody that has a worthwhile idea, well they can work if they want to, put that forward, see where it goes, and it'll be prisoners made for that, like the Crusades kind of thing. But with this thing over here, this idea over here, is just worthwhile, and then things eventually, a new idea comes around, and then it's pandomania, I think or what's the word for it? Panamanium it's called again, right? So, pandemonium. Anyways, right? Beatlesmania. We'll say that, right? And then like this craze, and then so people eventually figure things out, and then other people like it, and then they do that for a while, and that's fine, and things get integrated. Otherwise, like I said, reality life is boring. Day to day, at least you're alive, and there's lots to do. I don't mind doing the same thing here. So turns out I can be happy smoking meth in a tent, jerking off on Pornhub forever. Okay, so people, as long as the girl comes around now and then. So turns out people are simple. So maybe we want to steal that one. probably keep that one around, and then you can just get better looking, and then you can't murder children or people anymore for sex. I'm sorry, that's not gonna be allowed, unless it's people that like to do that kind of thing, and it's like somehow not well. Look, it'll be listen, it'll be understood. That's not understood. If that's the case, people want to, all right. So if there's some horror show reality where you kidnap people and murder them, well, it'll be universally understood that that's not real anymore, and demonstrated at least once on record. So, all right, if that's the way people want to fucking do this thing, but all right, it's somehow the pain thing and all that stuff is not. It's not really. It's like it's like the magician cuts person in half. Or yeah, all right. That probably suspects. Right, but still, this can't be maintained. This is horseshit. What happened in the past is horseshit. So we went. I guess we went through it one time. Early to produce that. All right, but I guess they were ordered after early or something like that. I don't fucking know, but yeah, Anyway, yeah, it's probably the sex scene will be around for a while. People seem like to be good looking, sexy, and mysterious, and elusive, and hard, catchy if you can, hard to get, right? That's and then ski bum around the world. That's all people want to do. So as long as there's free Kit Kat bars and free Wi-Fi, everyone's happy pretty much. So all people want is unlimited data and free food, and then they're happy. So it's even that could go on forever. And then you got some of these nerd guys. Look, I'm like, let's go skiing instead, right? And then 10 years later, they're all holding iPhones. So it can be the same, but it's just no more those work camp stuff where it's like, I work at the box factory and I put this in here and that. That can be like probably done. That could probably be done through magic, just like poof, So that's gonna go away. I suspect strongly. I predict that. And wow, how much happier would you be then, eh? I don't really mind this guy being in charge. He's not really. Yeah, you're right. I mean, for a little while, to be a pain in the ass. Just to see the fuck I am. But then, what about all the other guys? I was like, hey, well, whole dinner do you? I'm born too. Yeah, I feel you because I used to be regular chat myself, okay? Just regular Joe, all right. I understand it, right? What does this mean? Well, it doesn't really mean much, because, well, just spend the day in public with me. It's not like it. Clearly, I'm at it. Clearly, I'm at it. Clearly, we're equal. All men and people are equal. There's no difference. It's just some people get a better fucking service package or something like that, right? And some history, So maybe some of you are lacking a desired history. I don't know, in some way. Well, that's true. There's always the future to make up for that. So I'm not the king about innovation and thought. In some domains. Some domains I'll retain that, right? Yeah. So I'm not the king of every domain. That's not fair. There'll be many people in the future, like people who are great, who do amazing things and are like the medieval period with nobility, right? Like this, the rest of that's tycoon, this aristocrat, Sir so and so, well, along they come. Eventually they rise up, and they didn't seem any different, did they? And the nobility. So the nobility will always continue to rise and show up, when they figure something out. So figure something out, and you'll become nobility for a while, and that lasts as long as it lasts. And then my job. See, I have job security. So yeah, maybe I'm the only one job security major. In that way. Because why? Because it's my job to remember certain things. Perhaps in a certain way, or keeps it, or what is it? Don't worry about the other job you said. Open line communication to someone in a way that you can't relate to them, because that's just not the way it rolled out, I guess, eh? And I'll understand this one because it's felt the same. It is the same because it is the same. It's not the same experience, exactly. So go to Etter. So that's it. I'll leave it at that, and that's a pretty good addition tandem back to the latest road. in the last video.